So Sarah had a question about what are some of the most landlord and least landlord friendly places.
New York and California are two of my least favorite landlord places. I was in California. Again, like Jonathan said, it kind of does go count, or maybe that was you, Bill, one of the two. You talked about county by county. The county I was in California was more friendly by California terms than most, but still not very friendly. And New York is just awful. They're terrible right now. It is a shame to watch it. And I say this personally because I have good friends that own property up there, and for them to have to sit by in handcuffs for 14 months is just, it's absurd. So it's, and again, I wouldn't mind a rent moratorium on these people if they didn't put one on the big banks and their mortgage payments, the insurance premiums, and the property taxes. But for having the small landlord eat those, that's just not fair. So I can't recommend those states to anyone.
Yeah, and I would add in Oregon to that one as well.
Okay. I don't know much about that, but
yeah.
Well, we've had a couple of loans in Oregon, so we know firsthand it's not a very mortgage or lender and or landlord.
It's not landlord. I mean, there's a lot of rent control going on there as well, especially in the Portland area.
Well, I can tell you that in Portland, you're allowed to squat on a house that's in the middle of being built. So if that's the case, if you have to build a fence around your place and they still break into it, and then they tell you, well, then you didn't secure it well enough, then that's not a place you want to be a landlord in.
Yeah, no.
And then some of the friendly ones, I mean, Florida's landlord friendly, South Carolina's landlord friendly, Georgia is very landlord friendly, Texas is landlord friendly.
Yep.
I'm not quite sure about Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The only caveat to Tennessee is that they're a super lien state for homeowners associations. So as a lender, you have to be very careful that the homeowners association dues are paid, because they can foreclose without even telling the first lien holder.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's something else that you have to watch out for. The best thing to do is get yourself a real estate attorney that knows the area, and just ask those questions to them. For like $100 to do some research for you, you can get a lot of information that's going to cause you a lot less grief in the long run. Consider it a insurance policy, Sarah.
Yeah.
And Jim is correct. It is, real estate is local, and it gets right down to the counties, how they want to treat things.
Like he was saying, New York. I mean, Kings County, New York. When I worked at a family office, when I started there, we had a loan in foreclosure in Kings County. When I left 4 years later, it was still in foreclosure at Kings County.
Wow.
Yeah.
I tell you, I keep going back to the landlords not getting any help. The large hedge funds, the banks, the large insurance companies, they all have lobbyists that keep themselves out of this. And the small mom and pops really don't have anybody speaking for them. And same thing with the small businesses with all the lockdowns. They didn't have anybody speaking for them either. And you're always going to get trampled on when you don't have a voice in government, which is a shame.
Yeah, very unfortunate.
Part of the reason that we lend to legal entities and not individuals is because government doesn't really care about businesses. They only care about consumers.
For now, anyway.
So it's a little more friendly for us as lenders. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. We don't purposely make loans to people that we're going to end up taking it back, because we don't want the stupid home. We just want the payments.